Yo. What is popping? Every single time, we can't do this seriously. I mean, it just starts with a giggle. And maybe it's just because I'm Elmo over here. But, man, oh, man. How we doing, fellas? It's been 2 weeks. Anthony, let's start with you, bubby. Okay. Really?
Like freaking a mouse to a cheese and some trap.
Like a moth to a flame. Man, oh, man.
Moth to a flame.
Like an ant to a Coke.
Jesus Christ, dude.
We're doing good, man. We're doing
ridiculous.
Good. Just working out with Bubby up over here. Elmo Bubby. That's about it, honestly. I haven't been doing a whole lot, honestly.
Goki Bubby and Elmo Bubby.
I mean,
yeah, we're trying to turn Ant to medium Bubby. Well,
trying.
Thanks for the update, Ant.
I
don't know if you have any more, but that was pretty quick.
Okay, no. Okay, doing pretty good. I've been studying a whole lot on for my test that's coming up in June. Been working out a shit ton with Zach up here. That's been honestly super good. Today's workout was actually really good. Probably some of the best I've had.
Epic one.
What else? We fly out to Boise this weekend for a wedding, which is going to be a blast.
Ciao Zooch. And
Zooch.
Ciao Zooch.
Yeah.
Zooch
and then, I don't know. Yeah, that's about it, honestly. Went out last weekend because Zach left me for a weekend. Zach and Cody went out, had a fun time with family. I just kind of chilled, hung out, went out Saturday night. It was good.
Nice. Cody, what about you?
Nothing much, man. Last 2 weeks have been pretty good. Just got back from Cali visiting the folks. Surprised our dad for his 60th birthday and headed up to Tahoe, and it was a blast. It was a good time. So, but yeah, I got the boys and some people coming up for a wedding, like Anthony was explaining. So, should be a really fun and eventful weekend. I'm pretty stoked for it.
Nice. Well, I mean, Cody and I have had very similar last 2 weeks, but the highlight I would say would be the Niners obviously signing 2 of our great players and our dad's birthday. He turned 60. If you guys didn't see the video, well, you probably won't go look at it, but there's a video of Cody and I sneaking up on him like he's our op, and he just looked so confused and lost. It was awesome. We went to Tahoe. He had a great time. We had a great time. Lost $30 gambling. Could have been worse. Could have been better, but it was still a great time. That's about it. And then this weekend we have a wedding, like you said, and I'm beyond excited about that. So it's going to be a good one, honestly. This is kind of the start of the year and all the weddings that we have, and we have multiple. Am I frozen?
No.
Oh, okay. Ant was frozen, I think. No, but this is the start of the wedding year for us, and if you guys don't know, we have like 6 to 8 as a group that we're going to, and there's more that are coming. So this is the first of many. I am beyond excited. I have not been to a wedding since I was like 9, so I really don't know what the fuck's going to go on. So this is going to be an experience. But I'm really excited about that. We'll keep you guys posted, but we are not here to talk about weddings. We are here to talk about football. So let's get into it.
Green 18, red 48. Settle down. Wide 80, set hut.
We suck. We suck. Get rid of Belichick. Get rid of Mac Jones. Get rid of our entire receiving core.
You guys are 2-8.
That's what I thought.
2-7, 2-8. It doesn't matter. We still suck.
So Seahawks played the Ravens. Final score was 28-25. Geno Smith, 5 touchdowns, no interceptions. Anyway, not really much to write home about that game. Just
right.
This is
I don't think Jared Goff is a top 5 quarterback in the NFC.
Wait, are you putting Justin Herbert over Jared Goff?
Yes.
It was like an interview for like a new podcast company. Called Brazzers. I mean, you could see I'm literally in the headquarters right now, dude.
Golly, the ending of that is just crazy. Meaty Keaty. We love you, man. Anyways, it has been a crazy last 2 weeks. There's been a lot, when I say a lot, because last week we were pretty slam-packed with news. This week it doesn't really change. A little less extensions and contract talk, but we get to talk a lot today, Cody, because the 49ers were busy. But we're going to get into some of the stories that were not contracts. And the first one's pretty interesting because this has been of discussion for probably the last decade. But the NFL owners have approved a proposal for players to participate in flag football at the 2028 Los Angeles Olympics, meaning if you are an NFL player, you can now play in the flag football games in the Olympics. What do you guys think about this? I mean, obviously the players get to decide if they want to do this or not, but in the past they were not allowed to do this because, these guys are the best athletes in the world. But now that they're able to, do you think they will actually do it, or what are your guys' thoughts on it?
They want to play. They want to play. I mean, I don't see a problem with it. I mean, if they want to do it, awesome. If they don't want to do it, that's fine, But I think it just gives them more opportunity just to play, have fun, and just try to prove, that they're still the better, I don't know, either receiver, quarterback, cornerback, whatever you are, right? It just adds more value to your resume. You could put it, you know what I mean?
Right.
That's just the way I look at it. Cody?
Yeah, I agree, man. If they want to play, they want to play. If they don't, they don't. But I think it's kind of cool. The Olympics are allowing these guys to come in and play. I mean, just kind of brings it back to their roots. Like Ant said, just to have a little fun, man, keep in shape. And I think it would be quite the watch. I feel like that's definitely going to have like more people tune into the Olympics if they see, NFL guys going in and playing the game that they love, but, obviously at the flag level. But I think, the competition and just the athleticism that we would see would be pretty outstanding. So I think I'm all game for it.
Yeah. I mean, I think it's a really cool idea. And obviously the Olympics should have the best athletes in every single sport. And this is not tackle football, but it is still the same premise. And I think, having Justin Jefferson or Tyreek Hill, who are just crazy athletes, or just anyone play would be awesome to watch. But I will say there are definitely some rules that come with it. So the flag football resolution establishes rules and a basic structure for how the NFL hopes to see the process work. Subject to negotiations with the NFLPA and Olympics-related entities, they include the following: permission for any player under NFL contract to participate in tryouts, a limit of only one player per NFL team on national team participating, allowing in addition teams designated international player to play for his home country, a purchase of league-wide insurance policies to provide injury protection for any player injured while participating in an authorized flag football activity related to the Olympics, a salary cap credit for any player who is injured, an expectation that Olympic flag football teams will establish medical staffs and field services that comply with NFL minimum standards, and a schedule that, quote, does not unreasonably conflict with an NFL's players' league and club commitments. So it's basically the NFL without the pads. I mean, there's needing to be tryouts, there's limits, there's salary caps, there's going to be a safety team. I mean, it's going to be crazy, but we'll see. Going into that, though, that was only one of the things that was kind of voted on. And in this article, it says the resolution on Olympic flag football participation is one of multiple items expected to be voted on this week. Owners will also vote on the Green Bay Packers' proposal to ban the controversial tush-push play and the Detroit Lions' proposal to reseed playoff teams based on regular season record. But sources told ESPN and Adam Schefter that these votes are not expected until today, and I have not seen any news on it. But this is what I was wanting to bring up in a little bit. Again, this was kind of in the article, so I thought I'd bring it up now. But one of the votes, obviously, is that they'll vote on the Green Bay Packers' proposal to ban the controversial push-push play. And to me, I just don't really understand it. And I'll let you guys talk on this. And it was voted on. Again, I can't find any of the results yet. Maybe it'll come out tomorrow. But I just don't see the reason to ban it. Like, it's football. At the end of the day, it's a shitty fucking team game when you are soft as shit and you don't think that you can stop a player and you have bad mentality and you guys don't play nearly as strong, as physical, and as really daunting as the Eagles do when they do the tush push. And the whole reason behind this is because the Eagles do this and like a 95% success rate. And realistically, to me, look, I get the dangers behind it. I get the dangers behind a play where you're going head to head. There's knees going into heads. There's piles on top of piles, 2,000 pounds of body weight on top of people. I get it. And you don't want that. But at the end of the day, it's football. Like, you sign up to hit people. You sign up to fucking, if a ball's on the ground, you're jumping on that ball. That's what you signed up for. So to me, every single argument that could be made against the tush push, you can make an argument for you signed up for this. Now, again, I think the NFL is a great sport in the idea that they recently have been going through and, trying to become more safe and player oriented. But again, it's a business, and realistically, it's cool that they're going to be able to vote on it because it's going to come down to the teams. Now, do I think it should be banned? Me personally, no. I think that's just a play in football. And if your team is too soft to handle it, sorry, don't get injured. Just let them have the first down. I don't know what you guys think. That's me personally.
I'll keep it really short and sweet. It's a play. They're running a play. It's all football is. You're running plays constantly, offensively, defensively. Let them run the play. It like how you're gonna actually, like, I don't know. For me to think of the NFL potentially, right? It's based on votes, but them potentially wanting to ban a play, a call that's made offensively, and they want to ban. I don't know. That to me just doesn't make a whole lot of sense, right? The Eagles are clearly outsmarting them with the tush push. And this is going on for now. What? This will be year 3 of it being known as the tush push, right?
Yep.
Teams have not figured out yet how to stop this. Come on now. Like, if you really want to put a stop to it, practice this in defense. Practice this. Practice to stop it. They can do it. Right. You can easily avoid like stopping the play. You can actually stop the play, right? But I don't know. It just seems like teams don't want to do that. They want to focus more mainly on the safety stuff and all that, which is, I get that. But at the same time, like, I don't know. Banning a play in general, I don't like. Keep it.
No, I agree. And Cody, before you go, I want to say this. I'm going to preface the reason why the Green Bay Packers want to ban it is because of safety issues. I mean, this is the similar thing to the kickoff rule. Last year, they brought up the kickoff to the 35-yard, and you can't hit someone until they get to you, right? That was solely because of injuries. And obviously that worked really well. It was entertaining. It limited the injuries, I think, by like 30%, or like dropped it by 30%, which is awesome. But the tush push is one play. One play, like Anthony said, you can actually try to stop this play. You can put in implications and defensive schemes to try to stop this. Now, has anyone done it? No, but you can try to stop it. And if you can't stop it, you can't stop it. And Cody, I don't know if you think anything else, but I just think it's kind of soft that they're trying to ban it.
Yeah, like I said, or like you guys both said, it's soft. This is football. If you can't stop it, go back to the drawing board. Get lower. Yep. You didn't sign up to put skirts on these guys. Sorry.
Yeah.
You get paid millions of dollars. You're playing the highest competition in the world in your sport. There is no hold bars. Like, it's literally like, I love that play. Sorry. Get lower.
Yeah, I think it's
under
man
himself.
to man.
Take do the hit someone route, time up the play, and have your safety jump over if you guys are that worried about the thing.
It's not the first time we've seen the tush push.
It's
a low man thing probably since the 80s.
It's been a thing forever, and these guys from the 80s and all this old school football, they would love that shit. And the fact that they're trying to ban it right now is soft. And I'm sorry, like, this is football, and the kickoff thing, I don't agree with it either. Sorry, kickoff is where people make
it. It's awesome that they're trying to make the NFL more safe. I think it's awesome they're trying to make the NFL more safe, but it's not safe.
To play, like, you think freaking Junior Seau, who offed himself, God rest his soul, but played with CTE. Do you think he was going in there like, oh man, not going to risk an injury here? No, he flew around and he played football. Plenty of guys with the same mentality that, rest their soul. It's a shitty thing, but you sign up for contact. You sign up to destroy these guys every single play. The tush push, if you can't stop it, like I said, go back to the drawing board. Get lower. Send a safety over the top to, if you guys are that worried about it. But it's best man wins. They have just as good of a shot to gain as you have the shot to stop. It's simple. You know? You don't like it.
That's with every play.
Of course, the Green Bay Packers who suck every year and can't make it.
They faced him in Brazil. They faced him in Brazil, and they did it a couple of times. They didn't like it. And then we saw it in the Super Bowl. Chris Jones, he's holding his neck, and he's mic'd up. He's like, the tush push, it sucks. Sorry, bud, you got blown the fuck out. Again, I understand safety, but if you don't want to be in there, get your fat-ass 350-pound fucking colleague to go in there. He'll stop it.
Exactly what's –
There's jobs like this.
You get
That's why
off
the NFL is the way the NFL is.
Yeah, you get off the football and you go. It's pretty simple. Like lowest man wins, and if you can't stop it, so be it. Sorry.
Yep.
So, I mean, I'm all for it, and I don't really see a reason why that it would get banned. I think it's stupid. So,
we'll see. I mean, I would assume the results are going to come out tomorrow, but
yeah.
Either way, that's crazy to me. I saw that Green Bay put that in. I didn't think it was getting voted on, so I'm glad that we actually went through.
Green Bay just wants to get better chance at making it past the wild card game where they're kryptonite, the 49ers. You guys suck. Fucking shit ass Lambeau Field. All you fans are like, oh, we're part owners. Well, you're not doing a good job.
No.
So,
clearly.
Green Bay, you're soft. Go back to the drawing board. Try to stop it. So
agreed. Well, speaking about a little bit soft, and I don't know if you guys think this is, and I was thinking about for a minute not really including this, but again, I kind of wanted to just because it's fun to talk about people and players in the NFL getting soft. And look, I love Joe Burrow, but I don't know how I feel about this personally. Joe Burrow does not seem too happy with the schedule after it came out. And he said, and I quote in a press conference, playing in Baltimore for the 4th straight primetime year isn't ideal. Maybe we can get one of those in Cincinnati next year, please. Again, look, man, you get paid $55 million fucking dollars a year. $55 million a year to play in a primetime game in which you typically come up clutch. And those 4 years so far, obviously they haven't played this one, so 3 years that they've played, they've lost all 3. And maybe that's why he's angry, and I get it. You're upset because you can't win in Baltimore. But, brother, this is a fucking schedule for a reason. You and the fucking Baltimore Ravens are one of the best rivals in the game. You have one of the best quarterbacks in yourself and probably the second best quarterback or third best in Lamar. I mean, you guys are both top 5 quarterbacks. You guys face off in the same division. Whether it's a primetime game or not at a home, I don't see why you need to complain about that. I just don't. I think it's kind of diva-ish, and I love Joe Burrow, but I'm like, do you need to mention that? Go win. I don't know what you guys think, but I'm like, go win.
Yeah. I'm going to keep it pretty short. I mean, it's the schedule, man. Some teams get screwed over. Some teams have the easiest path. I understand that it's a primetime game and, you want to be in front of your fans and at home. I understand that. And Baltimore is a nasty place to play, but you signed up to play a kid's game and you get paid millions of dollars to do it. And like you said, most of the time he comes up clutch in Baltimore. So I don't really know the whole reasoning behind that. Like I said, it's scheduling, man. It's just, you go and play. This is your job at the end of the day. You get paid more than everybody, most of the people in the entire world to play a child.
99% of people make less money than you.
Literally strap up your helmet and go to work.
Right.
I'm sorry. You'll have plenty of other games that'll be at home. I don't really see that. I think it's kind of stupid, but that's just my opinion.
I just don't understand why athletes complain like that. It's like, dude, you're handed a schedule. I mean, it's
a business too.
It's a fucking schedule, and it's a business. They need to make money. You understand that? Again,
primetime Baltimore,
that is crazy.
I feel like
4 years in a row is wild, but I'm also like, win the fucking game. Maybe you'll get one at home.
Yeah,
I don't know. I mean, I want to hear Ant's opinion on this, but I'm not too sure where he went. So we're going to move on because we got the 2 49er fans here. Man, oh man, it has been a productive last 2 weeks.
Mm-hmm.
And the first of 2 stories is probably the biggest of the 2, and that is Brock Purdy has finally been extended. Him and the 49ers have agreed upon a 5-year, $265 million contract or contract extension with $181 million of it guaranteed and $165.05 million of it in his first 3 years. A report actually came out that he initially asked for $65 million a year, which again, we'll talk about this later, but that would have made him by far the highest paid quarterback in the league. Yeah. But no teams also expressed trade interest during the negotiations. And clearly that was a tactic by his not trainer. What am I trying to think of? His agent to try to get more money because he's not worth $65 million. But yeah, 5 years, $265 million with $181 million of it guaranteed and $165.05 million in the first 3 years. $181 million guaranteed. That is the only part that
$53 million a year. 54 million.
Yeah, it's 53, which means that he's tied for 7th. And I don't want to go through this list yet because we're going to be doing an activity later with that. But look, man, at first I thought 53 was too much. And we'll go through the list. I think it's fair. 65 million a year is crazy. 53 a year, that ties him with Jared Goff, and he is making less than Tua. I mean, it's a good value for the 49ers, and I think Brock Purdy got paid what he should based off the quarterback market. Now, will I say 53 million is a lot? Yeah, and that was my initial thought. And 181 million of it guaranteed, that is a good amount. He is guaranteed more money than his first 3 years that he's making. But the more I think about it, it's just I think it's a good feeling for the 49ers. We haven't had a guy where we can sign for a long-term deal, and we had Jimmy G, who was a 1-year, 2-year type of contract dude. We didn't think that he was that guy. We clearly think Brock is that guy. 53 million, probably in 2 years, that won't even be top 10, which is good for the quarterback market in himself. He has it front-loaded a bit, and look, it's not a horrible deal for both sides. I would say it's probably like a B contract. That's me personally. Anthony, you aren't the Niners fan, so I'm going to let you speak second. Go for it.
53 million is a lot. It's a lot. The 181 million guaranteed, that's a lot. It's a good quarterback. He's a good quarterback. Yes, we talked about this last time. He is I'm going to keep this really, really quick. Keep this really, really short. He's a lot better than quite a bit of the quarterbacks right now that are getting paid more than him for sure, or around that same range. Absolutely. But yes, that means, yes, he's getting paid the correct amount then in that sense within the quarterback market. But do half of these quarterbacks deserve the amount of money that they're getting? Absolutely not. Like Brock's one of them too, straight up. He's on that list. He should not be getting paid that much, but because the quarterback market and how extremely fucked up it is, because it is fucked up. It's completely fucked.
Oh, yeah.
And yes, then you could say, yes, Brock, yeah, that's a good amount for him. But for the majority of it, though, I'd say like 90% of those quarterbacks right now getting paid that range do not deserve that money. And but what are you going to do about it then? I don't know the insights like you guys do, obviously, with your guys' money and everything. You guys are tight now with money. You guys are very, very tight. I know that, especially after that extension with Warner.
That'll be next.
That'll be next. Yep. But I just want to quickly bring that up too. You guys are tight. You guys are definitely tight on money now, and so that's all I know at least. But that's just my opinion. That's just what I want to say. Congratulations to you guys, though. You guys signed you guys as quarterback.
Thank you.
Yeah, that's it.
Cody.
Yeah, I mean, it's a lot of money, man. It's a lot. I know a lot of people don't really agree with it, but the guy was on a rookie contract, not really living in his own home that he owns and has bought. I feel like he's sacrificed a lot and he's earned it. He was the last pick in the NFL draft from Iowa State. I didn't know anything about Brock Purdy until he came to the Niners. And I think it was just at a point where it's just like, okay, what are we going to do? Are we going to draft another quarterback and see if he or sign another quarterback that we think is going to be our guy, or are we just going to pay him the money? Because, I mean, he's waited long enough. I do think that the number is a little bit big. Hopefully that doesn't screw with our cap and signing in the future. I don't know how that's going to work or play out. I don't know if it's going to be great. But like I said, I mean, there's other guys, I'm sorry, that haven't done nearly as much as Brock Purdy, and are getting paid more than him. So, and like I said, the NFL is a business, and these guys will gamble on these quarterbacks, and they'll pay them a bunch of money, and they end up just kind of flatlining, and they're still guaranteed a shit ton of money. But Brock Purdy, I mean, the guy has proven that he can play in big games. I mean, you can't put all the blame on him. I mean, yeah, quarterbacks are gonna lose some games, or they're gonna do some stuff that's not really great. But I think it goes back on coaching. I think Brock Purdy has earned a contract. I don't know if $53 million a year is. I think it's a little bit too much, but like I said, you got to sign your quarterback. This is a business. You got to get your guy. You got to get him in there. And Brock Purdy's been our guy. A lot of the games have not gone our way, but it's not all on him. So I think he's earned the right to a contract. So
I agree. And before I move on, I just want to say there's two things that kind of like caught my eye besides the 181. The no teams being expressed in any trade talks during their negotiations. I think that was kind of interesting to me. I did not see that happening. And again, during the negotiations, that the 49ers and Brock are going to be talking a lot, and that's like the whole point of the contract talks. But for no team to be interested at all, I thought that was kind of interesting. And then, again, we'll get to the top 10 list because we do have an activity later. But him asking $65 million and we paying him $53 million, I think is awesome. Typically, when you see a guy of Brock Purdy's caliber, a borderline top 10 quarterback, let's just say how it is, it's a record-setting deal. I mean, it's been that for the last probably, 5 to 10 contracts. And so for them not to, break the bank, he does get paid $53. That's a lot. But for them to get him for 5 years, $53 million, it's not a record-breaking deal. And look, let's say how it is. Typically, when teams are interested in a player and there's, talk between the negotiations of both sides and another team, you start to get, an uneasy feeling. We've seen this with the 49ers in the past. There's no drama. Like the Niners have no drama at this point. And we'll get to the next story and we could probably just roll into it at this point. But the Niners are drama-free. And I think it's just an awesome deal for both Brock and the 49ers. And an even better deal, I'm going to jump straight into it. Fred Warner and the 49ers have also reached an agreement on a 3-year, $63 million contract extension that includes $56 million guaranteed. He is now the highest paid linebacker in the NFL. We can make this quick. It is worth the full amount and then some. Worth every penny.
The
best linebacker in the NFL for the last 5 years, off-ball linebacker, that is. It is not even a discussion, in my opinion. He is worth every penny.
Yeah, we can keep it short. Yeah, I agree with Zach. He's the best linebacker I've fucking seen play in quite some time. I mean, he flies around. He's literally nose to the football. I mean, that guy takes off faster and is more disruptive than any linebacker I've seen in the league. He knows everything, the ins and outs. He's been the best linebacker in the league. I don't care if people come at me for this. Don't care if it's biased. I don't give a shit. If you watch the games, you know that guy is really generational talent. I mean, he is going to be, if he keeps on it and gets himself a ring, he'll be in that conversation for sure with the Patrick Willis, the Ray Lewis, the Luke Kuechly, those guys, Bobby Wagner. He'll be in that conversation for sure because I have not seen a guy be able to fly around as fast as he can and just blow people the fuck up. I mean, it's a wonderful thing. So I think it's great.
Yeah, to be honest with you, I think he's the best linebacker I've seen since Ray Lewis. And I love Patrick Willis. I love Luke Kuechly. I love Bobby Wagner. The only other guy that I can think of is maybe Luke Kuechly. Other than that, I think Fred is going to end up there. He is a first ballot Hall of Famer. He's a 4-time All-Pro the last 4 years in a row. He is the best stripping linebacker I've ever seen. The peanut punch is S tier from him. He's easily, and I'm not even saying this as just a bias, he's easily the best off linebacker coverage linebacker I've ever seen.
Yep.
He is easily the best coverage linebacker I've ever seen. And his instincts, like you said, are just fucking ridiculous. The way that he can fly around and control himself is unlike anything I've ever seen. But again, there's been linebackers that have done that. There's been linebackers that can read as well as him, that have great IQ. His pass coverage is unlike anyone I've ever seen. He's like the Draymond Green of linebackers. He covers everyone. Tight end, running back, wide receiver. There was a play 2 years ago that he fucking covered CeeDee Lamb on a fucking go route. Who have you seen do that? I mean, we've seen it with Luke Kuechly. He's up there too. But again, I mean, it's just fucking wild. Anthony, I don't know if you have anything to say, but
no, I mean, it's a great signing. I mean, that's all I gotta say.
Yeah, Luke Kuechly, I think, is the smartest linebacker of all time.
Agreed.
By far the most intelligent. I mean, that guy would be able to call your play before you even get your ass under the center's your hands under the center's ass. I mean, that guy was insanely intelligent. So, but
yeah. I'm curious to see if any of the teams actually reached out to the 49ers for a trade with him during their negotiations. I don't think that during their negotiations there was any talk, and the 49ers definitely did not entertain any talk during their negotiations. But I'm curious because they didn't come out to say if any teams were interested. But I would be very curious to see if there were. Again, they probably won't fucking come out with it. But there is one more story that we have in regards to an extension, and that is the Bears extending Joe Thuney on a 2-year extension. The deal is worth $17.5 million per year, and Thuney will make $51 million for the next 3 years, with $33.5 million guaranteed at signing. The Bears did a hell of a job in this offseason. Joe Thuney, again, he had to play offensive tackle in that Super Bowl and during that playoff run. And I'm not going to lie, during that Super Bowl, he got fucking ran. Like, let's just say it how it is. He got ran. But him at guard is the best guard in the league. Bears got a fucking guy at guard. That NFC North fucking division is going to be crazy. Honestly, the NFC conference in general is going to be crazy, but the NFC North division is going to be fucking wild. And I seriously think that the Bears did make enough moves to potentially compete for a wild card. Joe Thuney is a great fucking signing. I don't know if you guys have any more. I think that's about it.
Yeah, I mean, like you said, Joe Thuney is a good offensive lineman. Very solid. He's had some tough games, but I mean, Chicago needed an offensive lineman. They needed a guy, a dog, somebody to kind of kickstart that production for that offensive lineman so they can finally do something. And I think he's the right man for the job. So,
right. No, it is interesting. I remember seeing a lot of teams were interested in trading for Joe Thuney. But they didn't really talk about the negotiations with that either. And if there was multiple teams with the Bears, but the Bears have signed a lot of offensive linemen. Like they've signed 3 and they drafted quite a few. So I am very curious to see how Caleb is going to do. I really hope he does well. You guys know I'm a Caleb Glazer. I could see that Bears team making a wild card. That would be a fucking run for them. But we're going to get into some of the rookies and rookie OTA news. And there's been a lot, but we're just going to highlight a couple of the stories. And one is this story that came out, I believe, either yesterday or today. Let's see, 13 hours ago. This is the Colorado Buffaloes on, I'm assuming this is Sports Illustrated. It says on SI. And it says, the Cleveland Browns plan to have quarterbacks Kenny Pickett and Dylan Gabriel splitting the first and second team reps to begin NFL organized team activities, OTAs. Quarterbacks Shedeur Sanders and Joe Flacco will split the third and fourth team reps as the team prepares for training camp and preseason games. So Shedeur already struggling? I mean, is there a reason why he actually dropped and this is it? Is he just not as competitive as everyone thought? Because he's basically, to start as the third and fourth quarterback, not a big deal because they could just be doing this strategically to see, maybe we put him in this spot. We want to see how he reacts with his personality because we knew that he was a bitch during the whole draft process. And if he plays well, maybe he gets out of the doghouse. It could be a strategic, let's put him in the doghouse. Let's see how he does, or let's see how he does. Or it could be he has not done very well. He has continued to show that he has not developed and he's not fully developed, and he is a 4th or 5th round prospect like he actually was. Now, does that mean that he isn't going to be good? I don't know. But for him to start as a 3rd or 4th option, I would not be too happy if I was him and the Browns because realistically, Dylan Gabriel probably should not have been picked in the 3rd round ahead of him. You would think that Shedeur would be a steal, but it does not seem like it. It is fucking nuts, fellas. I mean, I don't know. Yeah. It's nuts to me. He is, fighting for a 3rd or 4th string option or a 3rd or 4th string spot. I don't know what you guys think, but it is interesting.
It's interesting. And from outsiders like us, right, looking into this, it could be too early to really know or tell, right? We need to see gameplay of it. We need to actually see how he's going to do in game. But I mean, you could absolutely be right. He could be kind of a bust, and maybe that's kind of creeping up on the Browns now. How okay. These teams clearly saw something in this guy that they didn't like off the rip. Mm-hmm. And I think we can point out a few of those, right? But we've already done that in the past, so we're not going to get into that. But there are definitely some things that they've seen in this kid that they're like, hey, we don't like this, we don't like this, and we don't like this, and we don't like this. And so all these teams start just passing up on him, right? And then the Browns are like, okay, well, he's there. Let's snag him, see what we can do, right? And yeah, maybe he's not really performing too well right now in the offseason and whatnot and in the training camps, and that's why they're sticking him there, and they're going to see how he does in preseason. But, like you said, Zach, maybe he's doing all right. They just want to kind of stick him back there, see how he reacts, see like what his capability is, and then bring him up more. But there's so many, like you have those two possibilities there, which are both great possibilities. It's too hard for us to judge right now. That's my take.
And we'll see how he reacts. Cody?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, like I said, I think he was a pretty decent quarterback in college.
I did too.
I just think I don't know. I think the surrounding cast of Colorado just was not very helpful. I don't think that defense was very good. Everybody wanted to rave about how good their D-line and all this shit was, and their linebackers are fantastic, but they got ran through every time they played really anybody, in my opinion, good. I mean, they got blown out by BYU in the bowl game that they played last season, but I think he's a good quarterback. But like I said, I don't think he's ready to start. He's a rookie.
Right.
I don't.
And that was the thing. I think
that.
Go for it. Sorry.
I was just saying that I as a rookie, I just don't think he's ready. He's not one of those guys that came out of college, like I feel like ready to start for a team. I think the Cleveland Browns kind of took him in to kind of develop him, like Anthony said, take a chance on him and see kind of what happens. See if he rises to the occasion and takes that chip on his shoulder and, digs himself out of that third or fourth spot and moves up the depth chart. But I mean, it's all about how you respond, man. He can respond in a really ugly way and kind of prove everybody right and all these teams right, or he can respond in a way that's positive and he just takes it on his shoulder and gets to work.
Right. And it is interesting. I will say the head coach of the Browns overrode the GM and the owner of the Browns when making the pick for Shedeur in, what was it, the 4th or 5th round? Sorry, I don't know what's happening with my screen. But, yeah, he overrode the GM and the owner to pick Shedeur. So it's not like a lot of teams were looking at him. It seemed like they still had troubles as well. And I was going to say, with your point, Cody, Diego made a very, very good point in Zuch and Wild. If you guys have not gone and watched them or have not gone and watched that episode specifically, it was 2 episodes ago. But they made this after the draft, and he made this specific point that teams, again, Shedeur is a great talent. However, you don't take Shedeur with the idea that he is going to be a starter, because he's not going to be a starter. So basically, what teams are thinking is that he is going to be a diva backup quarterback that needs a ton of development, and he will not be a starter at first, which makes him not a first-day guy, a first-round guy, a second-round guy, a third-round guy. And realistically, it made him, a third or fourth day type of guy. And it's like, you don't take those risks on a guy that you think is going to be trouble in the locker room as well. And that was the case. And I think that's kind of what we're seeing here. They might be testing him.
Yeah.
We'll see. But this is probably the most interesting news story that we have out of this whole section. And I've been seeing a lot of speculation about that or about this, but there's been specific conversations that I think this might be the first time I've ever seen this. And with that being said, the Bengals could definitely be in some trouble. If you guys have not watched our episode, I believe it was 2 episodes ago where we go over the worst and best drafts. The Bengals were a part of the worst draft, and mainly because they did not draft anyone offensively. They picked all defensive players. And look, let's just say it. Excuse me. Let's just say it how it is. The Bengals could be in trouble, and that's specifically on defense. I mean, you draft a multitude of guys on defense, but you have the biggest worrisome ideas and problems on defense. And the reason why I say that is because, as we know at this point, all offseason, the Bengals have been dealing with the holdout from star pass rusher Trey Hendrickson, which, again, he has been through the ringer. Said he's going to retire, then didn't retire, said he wants to play for Bengals. However, he wants a contract extension, and he deserves it. And he is accusing the organization of not holding up to their end of the contract agreements. And again, that has not been good, and that's been all offseason. So you go and you pick a bunch of guys in the draft, and you think, okay, if Trey doesn't work out and he leaves, these guys could play. Well, now since he's first-round draft pick, Texas A&M defensive end, excuse me, Shamar Stewart is doing the same. He is holding out because he does not think that the contract is fair. His rookie contract. I have never once in my life seen a player hold out for a rookie fucking contract. Stewart and the Bengals tried to reach an agreement before rookie minicamp began. The two sides hit a snag in negotiations over roster bonus structure and the language in the participation agreement. I have never once seen a fucking rookie ever hold out before. To me, this is probably the craziest, news story that we have. It's a first for me. Is this a first for you guys? I don't think I've ever seen a rookie. Dude, you take what you get. Like, there's not even a guarantee that you're going to make the roster. That's exactly the thing about people don't understand about the draft and stuff. It's like you can get drafted, you can be the best player ever, for the next million years. But there's a good chance that you don't make the roster. It's not guaranteed. You have to go out there and you still play. This is a business, and this is the business side that I don't get is with these guys always holding out on contracts and stuff. I'm just like, bro, you already have millions. Your whole entire bloodline is completely fucking taken care of for the rest of your existence, and then some, for whatever they do with their money. And you play a child's game. Like, go out there and play football. I understand you want money and it is business, and that's why I got to get my money now, all this stuff because injury and, but I'm like, dude, like the holding out as a rookie, that's ridiculous, dude. You take what you are 20 fucking 22. Your negotiation should be, I'm going to sign the contract. I'm going to prove why I'm worth $50 million. It should not be, I need to negotiate certain ideas in language in the contract. What? Yeah. Your negotiation should be shut the fuck up and prove yourself. And Shamar Stewart, you haven't. You haven't. Yeah. You had a great combine, but you've had 3 sacks in the SEC your whole career. 3. It's like you can't do that. Again, you're a great talent, but negotiations for a rookie fucking contract and you're holding out. Ridiculous. What a bad fucking start. What a bad start to the career. I'd be pissed if I was a Bengals fan and the Bengals organization. They fucking drafted you with the 16th or 17th pick, I think. I can't remember what it was. But you are that guy. You are supposed to be that guy, especially if Trey Hendrickson is not going to play for them and they get rid of him and, the Bengals continue to find themselves in trouble with defense, and that's why they went and picked you and a bunch of other guys. And it's like, you should be that guy at this point. You need to be, but you're not going to be if you hold out. It's fucking ridiculous to me. It's ridiculous. There should be no rookies holding out on contracts. That's stupid. Sorry. No, I agree. Anthony?
No, play the game. You've been training for this for your entire life, and guess what? You're in your early 20s, all right? We're in our mid-20s, and we're doing this right now. Do you think if we got a shot to play in the NFL, would you think we'd fucking even question a contract? Fuck no. Play the fucking game.
Be like, where do I fucking sign, dude?
Play it. Jesus. Yeah, where do I sign? Oh, can I get this, please? Like,
fucking ridiculous to me.
People take shit for granted, but
I also apologize. My throat is dumb dry still from the casino smoking that cigar. I don't know what's been happening. My fucking allergies have been brutal too. But this is the last piece of news that we have, and I just wanted to discuss it. There's been a lot of talks about Travis Hunter. Again, I've seen some videos about him being compared to what is the dude? Oh my God, not Jordan James. What is the dude from the movie All American?
Spencer James.
Yes.
No.
Compared to Spencer James with a lot of his bad routes. But then again, Trevor Lawrence has came out and said that he looks electric, explosive, all of these things. And I've also seen and heard from their head coach that he is not practicing at all as a cornerback, making him only practice as a wide receiver because he is more polished as a quarterback. Fellas, what do we think about this? I will say his routes have never been the greatest, but his ability to track the ball and to grab contested balls is probably going to be top 5 immediately once he goes into there. Now, again, to be compared to Spencer James is fucking crazy, but some of those routes looked really bad on air. But then again, that's 1 or 2 that might be just a bad rep, and Trevor Lawrence has said that he's been awesome, but he's not practicing as a quarterback either. No cornerback work, just wide receiver. So Do we think he's just going to play wide receiver? Is he going to live up to the hype? I mean, at this point, it's OTA, so I don't know. But
I don't know.
Cody, go for
it. I'm pretty sure we had a conversation, and I don't know if you asked me or somebody else who I always thought he was a better wide receiver.
Yeah, I agree.
I always thought he can go up and grab any ball. I thought he was more explosive. I thought he was more polished. Like his head coach saying. I just don't think he can play both sides, dude. It's not going to work. He's too small.
Won't happen.
I'm sorry. He's too small. He will be injured by halftime. He'll be injured by halftime. He's not. I'm sorry. I don't think there will be anybody that will be able to play full time ever on both sides of the ball in the NFL. In the National Football League, there will never be one. And
agreed.
I think he's a better wide receiver. I think that adds a real big target for the Jaguars having him at wide receiver. So
yes,
we'll see.
We're gonna see. Anthony, what do you think?
I think he's a better receiver. And then cornerback, I think it's a smart move by Jacksonville, but we'll see where it goes. Too early to tell.
Yeah. I mean, I will say if he does work out and it's him and Brian Thomas Jr., could be a nasty duo. But again, we don't want to overreact to things. I've just seen a bunch of stuff and I wanted to talk about it. Again, I could still see Travis Hunter being great and he has the skill set to be great, but he's not going to play both ways. I think that is pretty clear, and it's pretty clear that he's probably more polished as a wide receiver, but still needs polishing. We never know. That ends the news section of our episode, but before we leave you guys for 2 weeks, we have a really fun game, and I've been saving this one for a bit because we talked about Brock Purdy earlier, and Anthony, you brought up a good point. A lot of these guys should not be getting paid the amount that they are. Excuse me. So I thought it would be fun to do a would you rather Brock Purdy compared to the rest of the top 10 highest paid quarterbacks in the league. So we're going to start from number 1 and go all the way down. Are you guys ready?
Oh, yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, yeah.
The highest paid quarterback in the league is Dak Prescott. Would you rather Brock Purdy or Dak Prescott?
Brock Purdy.
Give me Brock Purdy every single day of the work. Twice on Wednesdays, twice on Thursdays, twice on Fridays, twice. I fucking cannot stand Dak Prescott. That was the biggest dumb fucking idiot Jerry Atrick Jones move of all time. Was signing that guy, the Tony Romo 2.0, the guy that can't get past the wild card game. It's fucking ridiculous that fucking bum in Dallas, everybody's like, oh, he's a good quarterback. No, the fuck he's not. He's a regular season hero. And his entire career was playing bum ass fucking conference before the Eagles decided to do something, before Washington fucking got Jalen Daniels. That division was shit. And Dak Prescott is getting paid more than every other quarterback in the league, and he's done fuck all. Nothing. Right. Tony Romo 2.0. Regular season hero, cannot do shit in the playoffs. Yep. He shits his bed and sits in his dirty ass fucking diaper and gets paid millions and millions of fucking dollars to do fuck all. I'm pissed. I can't stand that guy. I really can't.
So I will I will say this. When we talked about it earlier, dude, I'm so sorry. My throat is so dry right now. Brock Purdy, it had come out that Brock Purdy's agent asked for $65 million. I'm going to assume that it was his agent that said that you should ask for 65 and Brock did not ask for 65 because that does not seem right. Either way, Brock and his agent and their party asked for $65 million. Now, that would have made him the highest paid quarterback by $5 million because Dak is getting paid $60 million. We all just decided
$60 million to not do anything in the playoffs is fucking crazy
easily Brock. But we have a two-way tie. Excuse me. We have a four-way tie for second place. So I'm just going to do it how it is. In this article, the second guy is Joe Burrow. And I think we can probably all agree we're going to run with Joe Burrow.
Yeah.
Joe Burrow.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. I think there's a little bit more.
And
we'll not say
guys.
Yeah, we won't say complete difference in as far as experience goes in big games, but as far as I think talent-wise and just being there and doing what he's had to do in Cincinnati, I'm taking Joe Burrow.
Oh yeah. I couldn't agree more, honestly. Like, I think Joe Burrow, in my opinion, is the second best quarterback in the league. You can argue with the fucking wall if you want to. When he's healthy, he is. But, again, I wanted to say this. The difference between, and Cody, this one's going to get you. The difference between Dak Prescott and Joe Burrow, who is tied for the second highest paid quarterback in the league, is $5 million per season. So we have Dak Prescott, who's not even a borderline top 10, or
you have a dude 10. That's never.
And Joe Burrow is top 3 in probably everyone's list, and there is a $5 million difference per year.
You have a dude that has never done anything.
Nope.
I mean, literally nothing. It's either been the wild card game they lose, or he makes it to the next round and they fucking lose by a lot.
Well,
it's embarrassing. It's embarrassing.
We're going to continue to go down this list because, Cody, we have a guy that has not won anything either. Trevor Lawrence, tied for second, $55 million per season.
Out of here.
I am taking Brock all fucking day.
Sunshine from freaking Remember the Titans. Get out. You're done. I would take Brock Purdy just like Dak Prescott. Twice on Thursdays, twice on Fridays. It's wild to me.
Anthony? I'll take Brock as well.
All right, moving on.
I will say this.
Still tied for the second most.
That guy has gotten fucked over more than most quarterbacks.
Yes.
Dak Prescott had the keys to the castle. Trevor Lawrence has nobody ever and has gotten hit more than any other quarterback I've seen since probably CJ Stroud last year or Derek Carr's brother when he played for Houston.
Hey, I will say this.
Taking more punishment.
Coaching has completely changed.
Yeah.
Blue ball. We're going to see. We're going to see.
Cringe.
I had to do it. I'm sorry. Again, tied for second, $55 million a year. Jordan, I throw every interception. Love. I mean, I'm taking Brock.
I'm taking Brock
as well.
God.
Brett Favre 2.0. Jordan Love, $55 million a year.
Hey, don't be comparing him to Brett Favre.
He's Brett Favre 2.0. He just throws interceptions and looks good doing it.
Zach, you are freaking wild for saying that he's like Brett Favre. Are you kidding me right now?
He is.
You were saying Utah State's finest, Go Aggies, is better than comparable to Brett Favre.
No. He's not comparable. The way he plays is, and he obviously has not got it done. So it's not looking too good.
We're not comparing. He's Brett
Favre 2.0.
Brett Favre. No.
Yes.
No, he is not.
Yes. He's a less successful Brett Favre 2.0.
Okay, so
a less successful Brett Favre 2.0.
That's exactly it. Brett Favre. That's ridiculous.
He is, though.
Yeah,
he is. Brett Favre almost threw as many interceptions as he did touchdowns. He was a gunslinger. Jordan Love is the exact same way.
No.
Jordan Love for the rest of his career will be top 5 in interceptions per year.
He is Moonball Milton
easily.
Plus more interceptions. He doesn't take off. He's not tough as nails. He doesn't win games like fucking Brett Favre did. Get the fuck out of here. That's just wild to me. That guy is. Yeah, no, I'm taking Brock Purdy.
Anthony.
Oh, I already said Brock.
Okay. Well, moving on to Josh Allen, who is the last guy a part of the tied for second list with $55 million per season. Again, I think this is kind of like Joe Burrow. We're going to move on and pick Josh Allen. Correct?
Yes.
Yep.
Yes.
Okay. And this is where it gets fun. Tua Tagovailoa, most overrated motherfucking quarterback of all time. And I've said this forever. I've been saying this for years. Him and there's another guy on this list. He's coming up pretty quickly. These two, Mr. Overrated. Tua Tagovailoa, 6th highest paid quarterback in the league at $53.1 million per season. I'm not even questioning this, honestly. It's fucking simple to me. Give me Brock, and it's not even close. Honestly, this is the easiest fucking pick in my opinion.
I said when Tua was at Alabama, everybody was like, I was like, this kid's good, but in my head, I was like, he's got to prove himself. And I just think he was just an interception merchant and a bad decision guy. So I'm taking Brock. I think he's just more consistent, man.
Well, there was another guy that I said is Mr. Overrated. Didn't think he was coming up this quickly because I thought that, Brock would be here before him. But Jared Goff, he's making $53 million per season. He's tied for 7th with Brock Purdy. Again, this is a great argument. Sorry, I'm taking Brock. Taking fucking Brock. Don't like Jared Goff. He doesn't get it done when it matters. I'm taking Brock.
Yeah, I'm going to have to go with just Brock as far as it just getting it done when it matters. Jared Goff has just kind of been Jared Goff, He's had his really good seasons, but there's been a lot of bad ones too. So,
yep. Anthony?
I'm intertwined, honestly, between both of these. They're both right now with Jared Goff's career, how he can't get it done. Brock, same thing though. At the same time, it's to me, I look at it as apples and apples, or apples and oranges, whatever that term is. Like that's truly the way I look at it. I think
I just couldn't in my head like take Goff as a starting quarterback and just push Brock to the side. I
see the point. Like I see both sides because I like Jared Goff for some of his things, and I like Goff for Purdy for some of his things too. But for the most part, I like just for how the careers have been, right? In that sense, I see almost the same, right? I'm not saying that I'm not saying Purdy's bad. I'm not saying Goff is bad. Yes, Goff may be overpaid, but I'm unsure right now. But what's your?
Okay. Let's do this. Both of them have the same roster that's stacked. Who is the better quarterback? Who would you rather have on your team? Same roster, same amount of stacked, the exact same position. You just get either Brock Purdy or Jared Goff to win a Super Bowl. Who are you picking right now?
Is everyone healthy?
Everyone's healthy, but you get the same guys on both teams.
I'll probably go with Purdy. Probably.
That's fair. I think it's relatively close. I just also don't like Jared Goff.
I know you're one of the biggest Jared Goff haters of all time. I don't understand Jared Goff hating.
He's just not good. He just doesn't get it done when it matters.
I've always liked Jared Goff.
I like Jared Goff. He's fine. He's fine.
I think Purdy in that situation, I think he just gets it done better.
Yeah, I agree.
So,
well, moving on. Obviously, Brock is tied with Jared Goff with $53 million per season. That is tied for 7th. We have 2 more guys left on this list, and obviously these are going to change pretty soon here. But the 9th guy is Justin Herbert. He is making $52.5 million per season, and he is the 9th highest paid quarterback in the league. I think this one is very interesting.
You never said overrated either. Overrated Justin Herbert. He sucks. Give me Brock Purdy. Overrated Justin Herbert. Overrated.
So I'm not gonna lie to you. If I had the choice between Justin Herbert and Brock Purdy right now, same system, same amount of players, everyone's healthy, I'm taking Justin Herbert. And maybe I'm mistaken. Maybe I'm mistaken. And maybe I'm glazing. And maybe I'm still just delusional because every single time he's in that position so far, he's had 2 playoff games and he's lost both of them. He just chokes, and that's okay, but I'm taking him. His physical attributes are just fucking nuts. I think that he's just a better talent, and maybe Brock is just better mentally. But I'm probably taking Justin Herbert. I'm just being honest.
God, I'm not going to – yeah. I'm taking Brock.
I think in just pure talent alone, and if Herbert could get his head out of his ass, I'd probably take Justin Herbert.
Yeah.
I just think, like, if that guy could just – and I'm not going to lie, the Chargers, dude, the surrounding cast is ass, too.
Yep.
They're fucking cheeks. So it's like you can't really put all the blame. Like, I feel like if you just got him some guys that are just going to stick around, and with his just raw talent. And I was not a fan of him coming out of Oregon.
Mm-hmm.
I said to people, I was like, I just don't think he's going to be that good. And I've kind of proven myself right. But, you know, I feel like talent-wise, I feel like he's got a little bit more of a step. So it's a toss-up, man. This one's tough. This is like Anthony with Jared Goff. It's like, I feel like it's just an apples to oranges situation for me.
Right.
I feel like both of them. So.
No, I agree. Honestly, it really just depends on what you want. Like, obviously, Justin Herbert on film is much more talented, but he can't get it done.
Yeah.
I mean, Brock Purdy has won more games than he has in the playoffs in 3 years. He did it in 1 year more than Justin Herbert has. So it's just kind of like dependent on what you want. And then the last guy, which is probably the best value out of any quarterback in the league and maybe any player in the league, is Lamar Jackson. He is the 10th highest paid quarterback, and he is getting paid $52 million per season. Now, I will say it's interesting. Back in when was that? 2019, when Patrick Mahomes signed his contract. When was that? I think he signed a 10-year contract. Whenever it was, 2018, 2019. That was 10 years, $450 million. And at the time, he was the highest paid. In that short amount of time, there's been 10-plus quarterbacks that have gotten more money than him. And Lamar Jackson, who can, again, be arguably the second best quarterback in the league to a lot of people, is getting paid $52 million per season and is the 10th highest paid quarterback. That is fucking wild to me. I would take Lamar in a heartbeat. No disrespect to Brock.
Yeah, I'm taking Lamar. You know how I like those mobile quarterbacks, so I think just on talent alone, I think he could carry. So
agreed. Yeah.
Toss up honestly with this. I like where Lamar's paid at the 10 spot. I think that's perfectly fine for Lamar and what he does. But dude, boys, he is a Michael Vick 2.0. Sorry.
You can't get it done.
Yeah.
You can't get it done.
I just think on talent alone.
Neither right now, Purdy and Lamar. They both can't. They both can't. Yeah. They both can't do it right now. And on top of that, all Lamar is good for right now is just his running. I'm sorry.
Hold on.
He chokes so much. He chokes
Brock
so much.
In the playoffs.
Hasn't won the Super Bowl.
And Lamar has a losing record in the playoff.
Exactly. That's why that's why
I get your point. Yeah.
You get my point. You get where I'm going right now.
Right.
I think I'm honestly going to go with Purdy, honestly. I never thought I'd actually say that really thinking about it now, but I think I'm going to go with Purdy over Lamar, 100%.
That's fucking crazy.
I never thought I'd actually say that until really thinking about it now.
Wow.
But, yeah.
Wow. Well, that wraps up the segment and the episode. That is a crazy ending, I'm not going to lie. I thought that was going to be unanimous, but good for you, Ant. Way to stand on fucking 10. I like that. Anyways, that wraps up the episode. We got a wedding to attend to. Guys, you guys have anything else?
Nope. Like, subscribe, comment.
Like, subscribe, comment. We'll see you guys.
Subscribe, comment.
Peace.
Peace.